Howdy, hi, and hello. Welcome to Noah's Nest, where I, myself, Noah, will be taking you through a journey as you get comfy and cozy and I will read the book while you get comfy, drink some water or coffee or hot chocolate. Just get all nice and cozy. And I'll help you learn something new. A new RPG, how to make characters, or maybe I just want to have fun to make a character. But today I will be helping you learn how to play Cthulhu Dark. It is a extremely easy system. Me and all of our other friends have played this game many times on this podcast, where it's easy. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, still awake here. So I will help you go through how to make a character real quick, and I will help you understand what to do. Alright. So Cthulhu Dark is a very easy TTRPG where you will just need 3 D6s for everyone. One of them, you have to make sure that they are distinguishable. Let's just say you have red dice and blue dice. So let's say blue dice is good and red dice is bad. Keep that in mind for the future. So how we play is, first, create your name. If you don't have a name, then your character is not good enough to be a part of the game. It's not written in like the PDF. It's more like written in the book. Sadly, you can't really get the book anywhere because it is limited edition. But you are able to get PDFs online or anywhere else like Amazon. You could probably get it at Earthside Dice or Drive Through RPG. Any of those places work extremely well. It'll help you if you want to see this physical copy. But pick a name for your character. Depending on what your game master's game wants to be, write a name that kind of fits in the area. Next, you want an occupation. It needs to be set in that same realm. Like if you want it to be in the 1970s, pick a occupation that was really only in the 1970s. Or maybe you want to be medieval. Well, there, you can be a blacksmith. You can't be a race car driver in the medieval times. What are you? Doc and Marty McFly? I'm sorry, it's 2 in the morning. I'm trying to be funny, but it's not really working because there's no one laughing. Make it fit the type of story your game master wants to be. Next, have some form of personality. What kind of character do you really want to help make it a little bit nicer or more special to you? In our games, we're able to have an item with us that fits the story of why would we have it all the time, or why would this occupation hold it? Does it fit the occupation? Does it fit that they would have it normally? But in the more recent version, it lets you have specialties. Pretty much, what are you passionate about? What kind of hobbies do you have? Really only do 1 or 2. Don't try and be super broad for the type of story, but don't be so specific. Because you want to be able to do stuff in this game for your specialty, but also not super broad where the GM might be, you might need to tweak it a little bit. Next is flaws. Well, you can't be perfect all the time. No one's perfect. So do like a flaw or two. Like in these examples, you can be an alcoholic, maybe illiterate, rebellious, lewd. Really, whatever your mind comes to. What makes sense? How do you want to play? There's a couple other sections that don't really need to worry about. Positive relationship or negative relationship. If it's a one-shot, those aren't going to really come up. But if it's full-on story, then they might show up. But hey, that's it for how to make a character. So the main thing about this game is insanity. You will see things that are disturbing and very, very bad. You will have to roll that red d6, the bad one. Call that your insanity dice. If you roll equal or lower than your insanity, it doesn't get worse. You don't really have to delve deeper into that. But if you roll higher than it, add 1 to your insanity and describe what you are pretty much not understanding. D6s, you have 6 sides to this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It slowly gets worse and worse. But if you ever get to 6 insanity, you will go insane and your character will pretty much have a mental break and be unable to play anymore. There is another section that is more newer to me, where it's harm. Same thing. Will it make sense of you getting hurt? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you ever get 6, your character will die, and just make it make sense. How we do it in the realm of creatures and cantrips is that, will it make sense for this character to die? Are you getting shot? Are you able to dodge out of the way? Roll it. Roll your dice. If it is not good enough, you're getting shot in a bad spot. Or are you falling off a cliff in a car? Well, what are the odds of you getting out of the car and landing safely? Not really high. So, we do it how it makes sense. So, there's a couple things that you can do in this game. Whenever you want to do something and it makes sense, you would roll a d6. Is it within human capability? Roll a d6. But here's the fun part. If it is within your occupation or specialty, you get to roll that extra d6. And here's also the fun part. You can debate why it makes sense for you to get that extra d6. Let's say you're a gravedigger and you need to go through a graveyard and find a specific item. Well, you are able to take your time and shovel through all the specific, all the special graves. But you dig graves for a living. You see names specifically all over these tombstones everywhere. I know the specific place because I've worked in this graveyard so many years now. So that blue dice is just your capability. Are you able to do it? Is it humanly? You get to roll a d6, and if it's within your occupation or specialty, you can roll that extra d6 if you're able to debate it. On a 1, you barely succeed, or it doesn't really work out. But if you roll a 6, you do it perfectly, you could get something additional with it. Same thing with the investigating. 1 is, you didn't really find anything. 6 is perfect. You can see whatever you need. You find it in the right spot, whatever. And depending on how your game master wants to play, maybe a 3 might work, maybe a 4 might work. That's pretty much it for the rules and character creation. There are these special rules that we don't really play with. So there's failing. If someone on your side wants you to fail, they can describe how you would possibly fail this, like, ability or action or whatever, and they get to roll a d6. If they happen to roll higher than you, you would fail that roll. It's a cooperative game with you guys. With this, well, also depending on what kind of story you guys want to do. We don't use it because we're more friendly. If you guys want to have like PvP or whatever, you can easily use this rule. Same thing with the cooperation competing. If you want to cooperate on rolls, whoever rolls the highest die gets to determine the outcome. Anyone can roll it if you're cooperating with them. But if you are competing against something, like maybe you're fighting against each other, whoever rolls the highest between each other wins. If you happen to tie on a competitive roll, the person with the highest insanity wins. So let's say Jim has 5, and Jessica has 4. Well, technically, Jim would win since he has higher insanity. But if they happen to have insanity that's tied, just make them reroll. Just make them reroll. You're going to make it too confusing. Next is recovering insanity. This one we kind of delve into a little bit. If you ever reach 5 insanity, you are able to reduce it. But it has to make sense for you to lose insanity. So let's say you have like a stack of books that have all of this ancient entity knowledge, and you have 5 insanity, and you're tired of seeing it. It's going to cause more hurt than good. Well, you can burn those books and you can go down in insanity. Or let's say earlier in the story you got like a symbol on your arm by like secretly a cultist, and you're at 5 insanity. Well, it's gonna hurt, but you could do something to that symbol, like maybe cut off the arm, like possibly remove it in a way that's I don't want to describe. You could go down in insanity. Every time you do that, you get to roll a d6. If it's less than your current insanity, you can decrease it by 1. If you ever get to 5, you're now able to try and recover insanity multiple times. But you cannot go below 1. Once you're at 1, you're stuck at 1. Whenever next is going insane. If you ever reach 6, you go incurably insane. You or your game master will describe how your mind breaks. You can go out however you want. Fighting, screaming, ripping someone's tongue out and doing whatever to it. Just make it fun. Make it human capability. And then, depending on what kind of story it is, make a new character or continue playing madly. But you will have to retire that character as soon as you can. Whenever you roll and it's within human capabilities and it's within your occupation, but you really need this roll, you can add on your insanity dice and risk it. If your insanity is higher than either of your dice, if you're risking your insanity, you will go up 1 insanity. But if you happen to get a higher roll with your human capability or occupation dice, it does not go up and you will succeed in your own way. If the dice ever tie, nothing happens. Your insanity does not go up. That's it. That's all. That's Cthulhu Dark. It has become one of my most favorite TTRPGs ever, and we're going to be trying to delve into another Cthulhu-based game, Call of Cthulhu. I will do a how to play in the future, but I still don't really know how to play it, and I'm learning every day. So, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for relaxing with me, even though I had to deal with bugs and my cat and all this other stuff, and it's 2:15 in the morning. But thank you all. Like, share, comment, follow, rate us 5 stars. It really helps us. I really do appreciate everything that you guys do for us. If you want us to check out any other TTRPGs that you want to learn how to play, or want to learn how to make characters with me, let me know. Send comments, send us Instagram stuff. Let us know. I'm not gonna bite. I'm not gonna yell at you. We're all chill and fine here. I don't want to say chill ever again. But share with your friends and family and everyone else. That really helps us the most. Word of mouth gets us farther than you ever think. So, thank you all for listening once more. This was my nest, and I'm glad that you stuck in it. And as usual, see you, love you, miss you, bye.